Good, happy Tuesday morning, September 28, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Tuesday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Tuesday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, wife of man charged in deadly hit and run, accused of hindering apprehension. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For over 85 years and 4 generations, award-winning Palmer Gas and Oil has been serving communities throughout. Angela SPROWL appeared by video in circuit court in Portsmouth. Among the 4 misdemeanor charges she faces, 2 for allegedly hindering the arrest of her husband, as authorities closed in at the Motel 6 in Portsmouth Friday morning.
She used her hands to signal him away from the New Hampshire State Troopers searching for him.
45-year-old Craig SPROWL is charged with negligent homicide, accused of the hit-and-run death of 59-year-old Donna Briggs. The retired Hudson police sergeant was riding a bicycle along Route 125 in Kingston Tuesday morning when she was struck, not discovered for 9 hours. A witness driving northbound in the opposite direction thought she saw a bike being tossed out a car window.
After I went by, I thought, geez, that's really weird to throw a bicycle out on 125 at 11:30 in the morning.
She says it wasn't until she heard about the accident that she realized she should call police.
And I said, I've got to make a call because I think that's what I saw was the bike go flying. I did not see a person, so I did not see Donna.
She says the blue vehicle she saw did not stop. According to court documents, a piece of a bicycle seat was lodged in the front end of the SUV when it was located in Derry.
She must have gone off the bike, before, so I didn't see her. Otherwise, I certainly would have gone back and stopped. So I feel really bad that, that I didn't see her.
Now, that witness says she'd actually met Donna Briggs on a few occasions, including at a family wedding that Donna officiated. Meantime, Angela SPROWL is being held on $10,000 cash and has a bail hearing tomorrow. We're live in Portsmouth. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Seabrook School Board votes to continue optional masks at middle and elementary schools. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Everyone has mental health. Is yours keeping you from the life you want? Riverbend is here for you, providing mental health services for all needs and all ages. Specialized treatment delivered with compassion. Visit us at riverbendcmhc.org.
We need to stop focusing on making it better for the kids.
The debate continuing tonight amongst Seabrook parents.
Something needs to be done. These cases are going up. They're going to continue to go up. What can we do to make that not happen?
Dozens attended the meeting virtually, others in person to express their concerns, ranging from the masks themselves to a lack of clear guidance.
It's my job as a parent to stand up for my kid.
When pressed on the confusion Monday morning, Governor Chris Sununu stood by his localized approach.
Every classroom is different, every school district is different, every community is different. So a one-size-fits-all, while that sounds like it would make things easier, what it could actually really complicate the situation a lot more because, again, you're taking power out of the hands of parents and teachers and local administrators who are on the ground and have the data for their communities and are looking at the flexibilities that they might have to best manage the pandemic.
After more than 2 hours of debate, the Seabrook School Board voted once again to keep its optional mask policy in both the elementary and middle schools, with a few temporary motions that would require entire classes or grade levels to wear masks for 10 full days if a student tests positive for COVID-19, or if a student comes in direct contact with someone who has.
Nobody is going to come out of this meeting tonight fully happy.
And we're told there are currently 12 active cases of COVID-19 between Seabrook Elementary and middle schools. Tonight's decision will be revisited and revoted on at every school board meeting going forward. Live in studio tonight, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. DEA issues alert on dangerous drugs made to look like legitimate medication. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Palmer Gas and Oil has been keeping homes in New Hampshire, northern Massachusetts, and southern Maine comfortable for over 85 years and 4 generations. Replace your old outdated heating or cooling system with a new highly efficient one installed by your friends and neighbors at the award-winning Palmer Gas and Oil. From full furnace installations to innovative mini split systems, we're more than just fuel. Palmer has the staff, resources, and equipment in-house to do it all. Installation, service, and maintenance. Palmer Gas and Oil. Friendly, simple, safe. PalmerGas.com.
But this truly is something that keeps me awake at night.
John DeLina has been fighting drug crime for 26 years. This crisis has him rattled. Why?
Because it's a softer approach that they're taking by coming at them with pills. Pills that many of us have in our own homes, but they're doing it in a deadly way.
A guest speaker came to a school assembly in Raymond and shocked some students with the method drug dealers are now using: social media.
And how TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat, there are people who are looking for teens to buy medication, and especially targeting their mental health. And are you stressed? Well, we have a pill for that. Do you have a lot of anxiety? We have a pill for that. And those pills, in fact, could be laced with fentanyl or methamphetamine.
Rockingham County Sheriff's Office recently arrested 2 Massachusetts men and seized 9,000 fentanyl pills destined for New Hampshire. They say they were pressed to look like oxycodone.
Whether it's a deadly amount of fentanyl in a pill or a dangerous amount of crystal methamphetamine in another pill, either way, the point is these pills are dangerous, and all it takes is one.
Popping a pill that looks like it came from a pharmacy, a far cry from a needle in the arm.
It takes away that whole nasty, dirty thing that's associated with heroin and methamphetamine and opioid misuse. And it's deadly. It's just as deadly.
The DEA says it has seized 9.5 million counterfeit pills this year alone, which is more than the past 2 years combined. How concerned are they? This is the first public service alert issued by the agency since 2015. Live in studio, Amy Cavino, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dover police searching for man suspected of trying to sexually assault woman in her home. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For over 85 years and 4 generations, award-winning Palmer Gas and Oil has been serving communities throughout New Hampshire, northern Massachusetts, and southern Maine. Oil, propane, and HVAC sales and service, all provided by a team who values safety, integrity, and providing their customers extras, like loyalty programs, payment plans, military and senior discounts, and more. Become a new customer and get up to $150 in credits. Good for fuel and services from Palmer Gas and Oil. Friendly, simple, safe. PalmerGas.com.
A female caller reported that she awoke to find a man in her bedroom, in her bed.
Police responded to an apartment building on New York Street in Dover shortly after 1 a.m. Monday morning. A woman says she woke to find a strange man in her bed attempting to sexually assault her. Police say that man was 35-year-old Donald LEVIER of Somersworth. The woman reportedly yelled out to other residents in the building and told the man to leave, which he did.
We were able to verify through some investigative efforts, and we talked to several residents in the area, and were able to identify confidently who he is.
LEVIER was known by a neighboring department, which helped in the identification. Detectives obtained information leading them to a residence on Locust Street, but LEVIER was not inside. They're asking residents to be vigilant until the suspect is in custody.
I would say just based on the nature of the crime, certainly, we would obviously encourage folks, especially in the downtown area of Dover, to, secure their residences.
Felony arrest warrants have been issued for LEVIER. He's charged with burglary and attempted aggravated felonious sexual assault. Now, police say they don't have a lot of leads as to the suspect's whereabouts right now. Anyone with information is asked to call Dover Police or their anonymous crime line. Live in Dover tonight, Jason King, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Four more New Hampshire residents die of COVID-19 as cases and hospitalizations drop. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and do it.
Welcome back. The state just announcing 1,252 new positive COVID-19 cases. Now, those cases date from last Thursday through yesterday. Active cases have fallen to nearly 3,600. Hospitalizations also falling to 143. There are also 4 more deaths, bringing that total to 1,476.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Sununu urges lawmakers to reject misinformation, accept federal money to boost vaccinations. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Tractor has been in our family since 1955, when great-grandfather Curly and our grandfather George decided to sell tractors out of their barn with a work ethic geared towards customer satisfaction and loyalty. A lot has changed since then, but we still have a commitment to treating our customers like family. At CHAPPELL Tractor, we have the experience to get the job done right, with locations in Milford, Brentwood, and Concord, New Hampshire. We provide customers with the highest quality equipment from the most trusted brands. Go to chappelltractor.com or stop in for a visit.
That is incorrect. And that is the problem that we are having. Increasing our vaccination rate is spreading misinformation about the COVID vaccine.
When HHS Commissioner Lori Shibinet rebuked State Rep Ken Weiler for suggesting that most people hospitalized for COVID-19 have received the vaccine, he told News 9 after the exchange he expected to be vindicated by a wave of reports coming to the Fiscal Committee of adverse vaccine events, so many that his committee could reject $27 million from Washington to help boost vaccination efforts.
There's so many of them now, they can't keep hiding them, which they're doing, I believe.
Now Representative Weiler is saying he will vote against the funding over state sovereignty issues, and on those grounds, other Republicans on the Fiscal Committee could join him in rejecting the money.
I think that we're smart enough to figure out something that will work if what's proposed doesn't work.
Public health officials say the funding is essential to the ongoing fight against COVID-19.
If we don't end up having access to these funds, it's going to slow our progress. We are not going to be able to have our community partners be able to get to the folks who most need vaccine.
Republican legislative leaders don't appear eager at all to say much about this situation, but Governor Chris Sununu is speaking out.
I never believe in getting into fights with folks, but I want to be very firm about the facts and firm about the data. It's unquestionable. There's no gray area here. The things that we've done, the vaccine, it works. It is safe. It is effective. Either you believe that we need to put dollars to this effort to manage this pandemic, or you're going to find the mistruths and misinformation to direct you in a different direction. And again, we're not just going to stand by idly while that happens, because citizens can be very much affected.
In Concord, Adam Sexton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. R&B star R. Kelly convicted in sex trafficking trial. Let's take a listen to that video.
Palmer Gas and Oil has been keeping homes in New Hampshire, northern Massachusetts, and southern Maine comfortable for over 85 years.
guilty verdict forever brands R. Kelly as a predator who used his fame and fortune to prey on the young, the vulnerable, and the voiceless.
Infamous singer R. Kelly convicted on several charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. The jury, made up of 7 men and 5 women, made their decision after a month of testimony and evidence.
To the victims in this case, your voices were heard and justice was finally served.
The prosecution brought more than 40 witnesses to the stand. The witnesses included former employees, former live-in girlfriends, and others. Prosecutors said Kelly had physically and sexually abused women and girls. The prosecution framed Kelly as a leader of a criminal enterprise with the help of his associates to recruit young women and girls to engage in sexual activity.
He has this type of intimidation right off the bat. I was just waiting for it to be over.
The defense described the charge as overreaching and that many of the relationships were consensual. Kelly's defense team called a handful of witnesses to the stand who say they never saw abuse by Kelly. The R&B singer previously addressed the accusations after numerous women came forward in the documentary Surviving R. Kelly.
They was describing Lucifer. I'm not Lucifer.
In Brooklyn, New York, I'm Daryl Forges.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Thank you for tuning in for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast. Goodbye, everyone.